It's time for the Joyful Moments with JJ show. If you would like to book JJ to speak at your event, or if you have a lighthearted story you'd like to have shared on air, please email your story to Joyful Moments with JJ. The email is jj@JJs-Ministries.org. That's jj@JJs-Ministries.org. And the associated ministry website is JJs-Ministries.org.
Happy thoughts and sunshine to all. This is JJ. Does anyone remember the adventures of Rin Tin Tin? It is a story about a German Shepherd's life in the 1950s. I remember watching reruns and reading my grandparents' books in their library. One day, my daddy came home with a German Shepherd resembling Rin Tin Tin. We were so excited to have Rin Tin Tin living with us. As kids, we would take turns with him sleeping in our beds each night. One morning, my brother woke us up frantically calling for our dog. We seemed to have looked everywhere when we heard a noise coming from the back porch. Let me pause and share this. Since Rin Tin Tin came to live with us in recent months, my daddy had begun making homemade brew on the back porch in glass containers. Apparently, one could make homemade beer, with fermented yeast. Who knew? When we opened the door to the back porch, we saw Rin Tin Tin in a supine position, looking up and whimpering. My brother ran over to him and tried to stand him up, only to see the poor dog slump down to the floor. We thought he was dying, and we all began crying and yelling for Mom and Dad. Dad arrived first and went right to Rin Tin Tin and picked him up, and declared he was not dying, that he would be fine, but that he was drunk. Yes, drunk. Daddy told us to look around, that our dog had knocked over the glass containers and lapped up the beer that had been dumped out. Needless to say, Rin Tin Tin was okay, but from that point on, he was fondly called Stagger Lee. The poor dog staggered until he got sober. To be sober, biblically speaking, is to be alert to the dangers of the world, the flesh, and the devil, and not easily distracted by the issues. 2 Timothy 4:5. As for you, always be sober-minded, endure suffering, do the work of an evangelist, and fulfill your ministry. 1 Peter 5:8. Be alert and of sober mind.
That's today's edition of Joyful Moments with JJ. If you'd like to book JJ to speak at your event, you can email jj@jjs-ministries.org. Her ministry website is jjs-ministries.org.